So you see in the ghetto, or what y'all want to call the ghetto, which really that term comes from the Jews or the Germans in Europe. All it meant was the residents of a certain ethnic population, which were the so-called Jews. And the Jews, when they came over here, uh, the black people migrated from the south to the north to the cities, where the Jews and the Italians used to, you know, have. Then they moved to the suburbs and whatever. When we began to populate, when black people began to populate the city, it don't mean slums, which y'all equate because in some areas the people neglect to take care of their property. They don't care, and so it becomes slum-like, and the majority of the people are black, that could afford to get a house or rent a house other than the projects, you see. Because we look down on ourselves. Uh, and we don't know why, because after 400 years of bad treatment, treating ourselves bad, it becomes a part of your DNA. Depression. That's why we getting high and turning on each other. Because we into the mindset of the beast. And he programmed us to be like this. So now it's a common thing for us to act a certain way, to be drug addicts, to be dope dealers, to go to jail, to be homosexuals. Because that's what the beast was at one time. He's still like that, but he's hiding it through his technology. He's not a civilized man. See? So, but it was common for him to have an agenda when he came over here. It was common among the people to have a certain way to think, uh, a certain will amongst the people, and they call that common law. Common law was over here, and it was different from the laws of England. They were trying to get away. They became independent when they came over. Most of the people, Europeans or Caucasians, came over here were crooked. They were corrupt people. You dig? So, but they had a common agenda, even though they had different opinions about various other things, but they had a common goal. Now, getting to us, the black man. We don't understand these English words. Most of the words in the English vocabulary came from us anyway. Because language, we invented language. At various times, we had different degrees of language, of expressing ourselves through language. And it depends on the region. We developed different dialects, just like Arabic and Hebrew. They African language, man. deriving from Aramaic. Aramaic came from Egyptian language. See, it was passed on down through time, but evolved and changed as time went on. And the root of everything starts with the black man. So now we arguing about, we in a place, we all over here in America in a common place. Some of our ancestors were slaves. Some of our ancestors was already over here. You know. And but what's the deal now? We controlled ourselves back then. We had our own laws. We had a common way we lived, a common way we expressed ourselves, using our whatever our language was back then that we were using. But in Africa, there was different dialects. You know. But Africa is so big, man. You know. But over here it was big too. We had different various nations over here. But we was over here a long time, man. We was populating the land over here, going back and forth over to Africa, coming over here. Then here come the Caucasian, divide and conquer, see? Because there's so many of us, it was so few of him, he had to reduce, fractionalize us, divide us up so he could deal with us, conquer us. So we got two things in common, Moore and those that call themselves Hebrews, and we're being suppressed over here. Now what's the problem over here now amongst us, the black man and black woman? Some of us don't want to lead a system. But to lead a system don't mean you have to go nowhere. You ain't got to, everywhere you go, in every land, the beast is over there doing this thing everywhere around the planet. And he's been doing the same thing, dividing and conquering for hundreds and hundreds of years. And we keep falling for it. We suckers, man. And he uses money to divide us and money to trip us up. Money is a trick. It just came, the word money just started, just came into existence not too long ago. So, Sarnetta and company, y'all want the money, man. Y'all using this black awareness to get paid off of. And this is what I'm going to bring out through all the people. See, y'all working for the devil, man. Y'all working for the beast. Because y'all want to get paid off the people. So we're going to come back, stay tuned for part 3 of this.